You guys can hear me. You should be able to, at least. Twitter.com/lore reloaded, twitch.tv/lore reloaded. Today, I decided we'd do some fun, look at some fan films, because that's what people want to look at. Perhaps see what the bright future is when we're looking at fans themselves. I also don't know how popular this is going to be, nor if it even sends these updates out, because apparently word on the street is the word demon is somehow restricted. What's going on, Dan? You okay, buddy? You gonna make it? So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this and how we should continue about it, if we should even continue it at all. And Dark Trek with question marks. People like question marks. They actually click on it if there are question marks. This is what we call the clickbait. What is going on, Frostwitch? Hope you are doing well. But anyway, yeah, so we'll be getting a little bit into that, seeing what's going on. This is more going to just be relaxed and watching some stuff, enjoying it. If people watch it, great. If they don't, probably it'll be the only time I do it. I'm also on something. What the hell am I on? Oh. Anyway, let's break it down and let's go further into it. Let me know what you guys think. I have never seen this one before. I have gotten permission to watch Demons, but I've honestly never seen it. So I'd love your guys' opinions on it. Also, let me check one other thing while we're in here. Okay. So let's do it. Let's get it down. Let me know your opinions, your thoughts. You should be able to hear it, but I'm going to test it just to be sure. Click that button. All right. Make sure that's up. Give it a second. Maybe click over to where you guys can watch it. All right. Let's see. That's the wrong button. There it is. All right.
Damage report.
All right. Can you guys hear that? Give me your opinions. Let me know your thoughts, your intricate, in-depth pieces of knowledge. And we'll give it a second. Only 11 people watching. God, I'm so unpopular. I can't even believe. I feel bad. I am shamed. Shamed. Also, you guys aren't talking. So let me know. Let me know if you can hear it or not. And then we'll go from there. Doing well, German Trekkie. Hope you're doing okay, buddy. No one's talking, so I'm going to assume that you all can hear it, because if not, then I guess I'll just boomer this out. All right. Let's break it down. Give it one more second. I hate the delay on this. I'm tempted to go to what the hell is it called? Twitch, because the delay is there. All right, let's do it. So I looked up, by the way, not that this matters, I looked up that stardate. That's apparently like 1924, according to most stardate calendars. I love the fact that stardates don't work well. Ooh, the Excalibur. Fighting the M5 computer battle. Ooh, M5.
Damage report.
Reporting the cell has been destroyed. We're finding dry plasma.
Take the mains offline.
He also may have a smoking problem.
Reroute auxiliary power to the shields.
Captain, they're coming around for another pass.
Try hailing them again.
There's no response, sir.
What about those shields?
Their middles are fried.
They're targeting the bridge.
All hands, brace for impact.
You know what's interesting? I don't mean to cut it off, but it's always... It doesn't make one better or worse, honestly. I think it comes down to story. In my opinion, story really makes the what you're watching, not necessarily the effects. But it's really intriguing to see the differences between a well-funded and knowledgeable fan film and one that's not. And again, that's not even putting down ones that aren't. It's just interesting to see the differences between the two. Apparently saying Twitch on your video makes YT the big angry to hear. It does, in fact. It in fact does make them. Oh, you sent me a tip? Oh, nice. We'll have to take a look at it. There's some issues on my end with that. So, hold on. We'll do it this way. Ba-ba-ba. $2 for the kitty. Have some money go towards the real Ghostbusters. Thank you so much, JJ. It will definitely happen. Sorry I didn't play. That's on my side this time.
Waz, what are you doing?
The artifact, Captain.
Go.
Deck 5. To anyone from Starfleet who finds this, it is imperative that you determine the origin and the purpose of this artifact. The fate of the galaxy may depend on it.
Warning. Hull breach. Life support failure.
Okay, so this was from the M5 battle, which is, I'm assuming they're talking about the battle in the Ultimate Computer. That's what I was looking up just then. So they have this artifact that the fate of Starfleet will depend upon, and they decide to go into a simulated battle with the Enterprise because I guess they thought they should test out their combat worthiness before letting Starfleet know about something that's going to end the universe. I will say this, the writing is on par with what we see in Star Trek. That is something I think a Star Trek writer would do. Yeah, and I will say, again, it just looks fantastic. Acting is here and there, but it looks fantastic. I really like the Avalon Universe. I like demons. I think they're good.
Amanda, there's something I think you should know.
Why is this?
If you find this...
Poor Excalibur. Now we're like 3,000 ahead. When did Beverly join the original series?
Welcome aboard, Commander.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's your standard mission briefing. Command codes. We have you assigned to Deck 5, cabin number 1. Is there a problem, Commander?
No. No, of course not. The captain is always assigned cabin 500 and the first officer 501.
Right.
Okay. That's weird. Garden hoses. The staple of Federation technology. Apparently they don't have counselors in the original series too. By the way, I asked Avalon if I could watch this, so if you guys are watching and looking at this review, if you want to give me some of your props, I would be, eternally grateful. I'm just saying. But fun if her name was Beckett. So here's an interesting thing. Again, there's not a ton that I hate about this. I love that rule of thirds right there. Look at that. And the framing. You never notice it, but if you watch a lot of your a lot of shows, a lot of things are framed, so you'll see things like in between whatever you're supposed to look at, or something just to the edge, like you see this grate right here. It's supposed to make the framing of the first officer and her computer a lot more interesting. Anyway, you until it's pointed out, you never notice it, but it's in everything that you see. But beyond that, something interesting about Starfleet, and again, this is consistent, is they never have counselors that deal with PTSD or anything like that. Interestingly, we talk about this with Picard, but Rafi is the natural conclusion of being in Starfleet when you have to go through all of that. It's just it's intriguing that it's never addressed. I do enjoy it. Seems like they're on par with how you would see Star Trek writing so far. So it's looking good. Let me know your guys' opinions on it. I will be interrupting this. I'll have a link to the actual video below. So if you want to go watch it yourself, then that's what I suggest. Do different ships phase in Star Trek The Wrath of Khan? Do they have different phasers? I guess. All right, let's continue.
Captain's log, stardate 5476.5. The USS Excalibur is embarking on its final shakedown cruise. Commander Eric Menard will join us over subspace to monitor the performance of the new components installed during the ship's refit.
It got blown to hell. M5 destroyed it. Everyone is dead. But we had a refit. I love how Starfleet works. Oh my god. I love that.
This wasn't supposed to be my command, but I owe it to my friend to be a good steward of his ship. As we prepare for departure, I can't help but imagine what this moment might have been like for him.
Helm, speed warp 6. Engage.
I can't act at all, but
Bridge to Chief Engineer. Status?
We're ready for a controlled test of the warp engines, but I recommend that we start at warp 1 and work our way up to warp 6.
My telemetry is locked.
so here's something for you guys, and I'll give it a second. Before Star Trek Discovery and Star Trek Picard came out, how many people do you think got really upset at what you're seeing in the background right here with the graphics? How many people got like stupid angry because it wasn't knobs that looked like pieces of candy, or pieces of candy that were supposed to look like knobs? I'll bet you a ton of people were like, that is not true to how Star Trek was. Interestingly enough, there is an actual argument for that. I don't think people should get upset, and I don't mind it. I like the new graphics and stuff. I even like the graphics in this fan fiction. But I think Star Wars does a great job of updating things but keeping it the same. I think Battlestar Galactica Reimagined was the same way. I think it can be done. I don't think you need these graphics necessarily. You can stay true and to the source material and still make it a little more modern. But anyway, I bet a ton of people get upset about that. I'll bet you money. Not quite sure about the transporter effect. I like the transporter effect. Again, I guess I'm gonna let it go a little bit more because it's fan fiction, but still, I don't know. Also, you guys just joining, if you like these reviews or you like us just sitting back and watching some fan fiction, let me know. I'm debating doing this more on the regular, as well as having the conversations and stuff.
But I recommend...
And let me say this too, because someone just pointed out, they nailed the mood and feel. So here's the thing, and some people are getting on to me about my teaser for the fanfiction I'm doing. This is actually a dark story. Star Trek is horror and space. That's what it is. It is supposed to be a quote-unquote utopia, but it's taking people who are a part of that utopia and putting them against a dystopian land. The original series is the universe of the original series. I'm not sure I'd want to live in. Same. If I wanted to live somewhere, it'd probably be the golden age of the next generation. But even then, it's not the best, right? So you can have stories that are dark, or even things that impact characters to a negative degree. It's just the spirit in which it comes from. Anyway, we'll watch a little more.
I recommend that we start at warp 1 and work our way up to warp 6.
My telemetry is locked. I agree with Commander Archer on this. Just take it nice and slow.
Commander Archer.
We'll concentrate on monitoring engines and sensors first.
All systems reporting green, sir.
Okay, Helm.
So you know a good cinematographer when you look at it, because one of the ways to, even if you don't have a huge budget, one of the ways to make things look more cinematic or feel like you're dealing with a company like Paramount or CBS is to make the background blurry, and you notice that a lot, which is a good trick.
Warp 6 engage.
Warp 6, sir?
Is there a specific course you want us to plot, Captain?
Right, yeah.
Sir, I believe our first test will be to use the new sensor arrays to run a scan of the Vaudreuil Nebula.
Right. Set course for 111 Mark 10 for the Hetarian system.
I don't always look at displays, but when I do, I'm looking up and not down.
Warp
and
6
not
engage.
At the display at all.
Captain, I strongly recommend that we start at warp 1 and work our way up to warp 6.
Lieutenant Rook, could you take us to Warp 1 and then, once we stabilize, slowly increase the speed to Warp 6, please?
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, I didn't know that you were in command. If you could get off my comm, that'd be most appreciated. In fact, you don't even have to work for the rest of the day.
Aye, sir.
Swear, engineering people, man. Just don't deal with them. Guess they don't give command training if you get talked back and made to look like a fool by multiple officers. You know, you just let it happen. Starfleet. We let people walk over us. That TOS music, man. I hate TOS music. I cannot stand it.
Personal log. Commander James Laws. Stardate 1512.4. First officer. Promotion to full commander. Command training track directly to the captaincy. This is everything I wanted when I joined Starfleet. So, why do I feel so empty?
I guess it's just where he stopped. I don't know. Have you ever noticed how star logs and stuff rarely give you everything you need? Like I guess they're required to do it based on dialogue, but they really just don't. It's like Commander's log 675401.3. I existed today. I'm going to say something metaphorical and metaphysical that gives you no hint. And then I'm just going to end it. I'm not even going to say end log. I'm just going to hit the button.
I did it, Amanda. I got in.
Of course you did. They're going to be so lucky to have you.
Guess you're going to have to get used to seeing me in gold. I start command training next week.
Actually, I have some news too.
I'm pregnant.
I've been offered a position on the Oberth.
That audio switch.
The Oberth. Is that where Command dumped Mason?
This doesn't have anything to do with Mason. They're going to study a protoplanetary nebula in a T-Tauri-type star system.
We were supposed to be moving forward together. Instead, you take another mission to keep him out of trouble?
It's not like...
We were supposed to move together. You're not going to go with me and let me fulfill all of my points and what I want to do for a living? You're going to go and be an independent woman? Wow, this really isn't TOS at all. So you can tell how different this is. Want to be independent and start her own life and not worried about what the man thinks. I miss that 60s writing.
And we can still move forward, even if we move in different directions for a little while.
Different directions. We'll be in different quadrants. We'll be on complete opposite sides of Federation space. How exactly is that moving forward together?
If only there was like some kind of device that you could talk to each other on. I mean, in the real world, we don't have that now. So.
Only temporary. Every assignment in Starfleet is temporary.
No. You don't have to take that assignment. With me transferring to command, you know they're going to need a new science officer for the bridge. You'd be perfect for that. Admit it. The Oberth is not going to offer that.
Jay, I love you. And you know I admire your ambition. But I'm just not interested in chasing a promotion. I want to see what's out there.
Even if I asked you to stay.
Hey, it's Joseph. Thanks for the...
Would you give up your chance at command if I asked you to go with me?
Of course. I love you.
Do it. Ask him.
Because I love you, I would never ask you for that.
See, maybe, and I think you bring up a good point, the Khalez. Why would she be excited about being on the Oberth? And I think this is a good point. The reason why he's getting so upset is he knows that she's suicidal. By the way, the stopping on that frame is excellent. I'm sure she'd appreciate that if she saw it. You know, she obviously wants to die, and he's trying to stop her. I have to say, I love and hate this scene because it really is reminiscent of the original series, and I did not like this flowery music and the romance. I never liked romance in science fiction. Must be horrible having an ambitious, beautiful redhead. That must just be an awful experience for you. I mean, I can really feel this guy's pain. Someone who wants you to succeed, it is hot as hell, and probably wants to have your babies. It's horrible being this guy. I completely understand. Honestly, the fact that he hasn't killed her makes him a hero, a saint, honestly. Like just a saint.
Personal log, supplemental. We recently encountered some undiscovered artifacts, and in our findings, we came across this bad boy. Now, it's beyond anything we've ever seen before.
We think it belongs to the Rangers of Power. Some type of morphing into something mighty.
We're going to take this back to the nearest starbase and hopefully unlock some more of the mystery that is this artifact right now.
Oh my god, man! We have this strange device, and I know this is supposed to talk about everything, but I'm just going to say the most vaguest things. Production value is excellent. I really liked it. I mean, the story is here and there, but I do like it. I think it's interesting.
Amanda, I wish you were here for this. It's going to be great. To anyone who finds this, it is imperative that you determine the origin and the purpose of this artifact. The fate of the galaxy may depend on it.
Warning.
I love that right there.
Discovered artifacts, and in our findings, we came across this bad boy. Now, it's beyond anything we've ever seen before. We're going to take this back to the nearest starbase and hopefully unlock some more of the mystery that is this artifact right now. Amanda, I wish you were here for this. It's going to be great. To anyone who finds this, it is imperative that you determine the origin and the purpose of this artifact.
The problem, again, the only problem I have with that is that the reason he's in danger is because they're fighting the M5 computer. At this point, if he knew how drastically important that thing was, then he should have, he should not have engaged in the M5 computer attack. As far as they knew, the M5 hadn't messed up. This was all just them seeing if the computer could really take on 5 of the most advanced ships that Starfleet had to offer. So, and yes, every day I'll prefer Shatner's overacting to the syrupy sweetness that we got just then. Every day, all day. And yeah, maybe they need to get some youth, some teenagers with attitude to help them discover what it is.
Warning. Hull breach. Life support failure.
Amanda, if you find this, I just want you to know.
What was he gonna say? So, did she find him in bed? I mean, he wasn't in bed just then when it exploded. So that's the dumbest officer in Starfleet, I guess. She found it. She figured out that it was a part of Mighty Morphin RPM, and then starts scanning it while drunk. I guess they're not going to keep it somewhere secure since it is the fate of the galaxy. By the way, is it RPM, Mighty Morphin RPM? They're the ones that are Cops, Power Rangers. Isn't that Mighty Morphin? No, it's SPD. It's part of Mighty Morphin SPD. Okay. Gotta love them randomly transporting Klingons. The bed is literally where he... What? Chateau Picard! Do you get it? Do you get it? Anyway, so here's the reason why you take your destroyer of all things, the thing Starfleet needs, the morpher to the SPD Mighty Power of Rangers, and you put it maybe, and I'm just going to put this out, maybe you put it in an armory around with guards. I'm just saying, instead of your bedroom with Chateau Picard, which, by the way, I don't even know if the Picards existed at that point, but, you know, it's whatever. Whatever you do, don't call security. Definitively don't call security. You got this. You got this taken care of. Yep. Who could have thought something would have went wrong since she didn't call security?
Intruder alert. Deck 5, Section Alpha, Cabin 501.
Okay, well, that delayed reaction right there. Beyond that, I don't think the original series, the ships could detect intruders. Also, I would say that in the TNG, the Enterprise D couldn't detect intruders. Should have.
I'm reading a Klingon life sign.
Klingon? Security alert, Deck 5, Section Alpha?
So do intruder alerts just tell the bridge and they hope for the best? Do they not, like, alert security either? Is it like this truly is in the Picard universe?
Beck, what's going on down there?
Security!
Oh, I was lucky. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Oh my god. It would be so awesome if she yelled it's morphin' time. Oh, dude. Ow! You think it's because the gun? Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. So maybe the intruder alert or the fact that the alarms went off was due to the gunfire. That actually does make sense. So that's a good call. I don't think that was done on purpose necessarily, but that does explain it. So maybe it was. I mean, again, it's well put together. I'd agree the acting is a little wooden. Well, little. The acting is wooden, but the story is decent. She apparently broke his arm when she caused him to... Alright, so here's something... It's done really well. So whoever their sound editor is, I think it's done really well. But you... if you've gone through film school, especially the audio, you start noticing things. Listen to that. That was a... So when she flipped him, it sounded like it broke his arm. There was an actual break of a bone sound effect. And then listen to this cutlass sound effect. You don't notice these things unless you've been trained to. Listen. Because when you pull out a batleth, it definitely sounds like a cutlass. That's just, you know, a sword cutlass. That's science. This honestly reminds me of the battle between Kirk and the Lizard Man, Gorn. I don't always fight Starfleet officers fighting for the power to access the morphing grid, but when I do it fancy. I like the Pepto blood.
Hey guys. Nice of you to join the party.
Why is she being sarcastic? You didn't call for security. What? You know someone's there. You see him. Technically, you can see him from your bed. He literally transports in front of your bed. But let's just assume that the way that it's cut, it's trying to say that the bed was not right there. You knew someone was there, and instead of calling security, you grab a bottle of Chateau Picard and decide to get into a fight, a fist fight with a Klingon. Now, this makes sense on why you would go to an Oberth, because you are clearly not the brightest person in the world, and you have a suicide bent. So why are you getting upset at them at your bad choices? Anyway, this guy needs to yell. It's morphin' time. Lick it. Lick it. Run your tongue over it. Those are wonderful graphics. I wonder who did those.
How did a Klingon get aboard? There weren't any ships in sensor range.
I don't know.
And you think this device may have had something to do with it?
Well, it's my best guess at the moment.
Let's see. He beamed in. He overrode the lock I had, which was like 5 buttons, so you know that was like intricate for us. He then grabbed it. I fought him. He kept going for it. He then tried to attack you with it. Yeah, something tells me it's something to do with it.
Commander Beck, please hold still.
I'm going to go that route.
What is this thing?
I don't know, Lance. I found it in my quarters.
What's going on, Philip?
It was found on a mission by the previous crew.
How do we stop them from doing it again? Huh.
I think they were using this thing to track our location. We should change our heading until we know more.
This conversation can wait until treatment is complete.
Ramirez to bridge. Alter heading bearing.
Sir, I think the Klingons may be following us. They have the ability to use some kind of transporter technology we've never seen before. They can appear on our ship without knowing it and almost kill our officers. But this conversation can definitely wait until this small wound that is not fatal is fixed.
34 degrees, Mark 14.
Aye, sir.
The dermal regeneration process is complete. You may return to duty.
Thank you, Doctor.
They have dermal regeneration.
I'll head to engineering, see what we can find out about this thing.
Captain, may I speak with you?
Sure, Doctor. What is it?
I am concerned about Commander Beck.
Beck? Beck has been through a lot, but she is handling it well.
Commander Beck hides it well, but I believe she is suffering from a high level of stress. If she continues to repress these emotions, the result could be catastrophic. And as a starship's first officer, she cannot afford to be distracted by such emotions. Sir.
All right, Doctor. I'll speak with her.
Love how the ship. I love how the ship came out of warp before the warp sound effect occurred.
Amanda, are you okay?
You want to have babies?
I'm fine.
You know, I've lost people too. And I know people say this all the time, but if you want to talk to someone...
I think they found something.
What'd you find?
The circuitry is crystalline, but to say that it's beyond our technology, it's a bit of an understatement.
But Starfleet does have a theory that talks all about encoding data into linear memory crystals that can then be refined into isolinear optical chips. But I guess that's decades away and really far less complicated than this design.
I've located the asteroid where the previous crew found the artifact. According to their logs, they found an alien outpost.
What's going on, Direct Culture?
Constructed there.
On screen?
That music.
Full sensor scan.
The outpost has been destroyed. Impact is consistent with a full spread of photon torpedoes. I'm reading a Klingon signature.
It can't be a coincidence.
Yellow alert.
Do Klingons have, what'd she just say?
I'm reading a Klingon.
Sorry, that music got me. I should be focusing.
The outpost has been destroyed. Impact is consistent with a full spread of photon torpedoes. I'm reading a Klingon signature.
Do Klingons have photon torpedoes? Klingon bird of prey, 23rd century. I don't feel like Klingons... get this stupid Discovery stuff off my thing. Klingon bird of prey, 2256. No. Did Klingons have photon torpedoes during that era? I feel like it was disruptors only. I really feel like it was disruptors only. I mean, it's fine. It's not like a huge issue. It's just interesting.
It can't be a coincidence.
Yellow alert. I want a full...
Sir, there's an energy surge aft.
Sir, I think I'm just going to point it out now that they're in weapons range. There's a starship, a Klingon bird of prey coming after us. So I'm sure they're decloaking. They should have put that in dialogue. But still, it's like, hey, you know that there was a ship that's been tracking us and now they're in weapons range? I guess I'm just going to point that out.
They're coming back for another pass, sir.
With their photon torpedoes!
I need something stronger than navigation shields.
Working on it, sir. Controls are jammed.
Switching to manual. They're closing.
If only we had been prepared for this.
Phasers.
Phasers locked.
Fire.
Love those graphics. Okay, hold on. All right, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt right there. To me, let's see. Wait for it. Okay, we'll give that a miss. I thought that they were still firing on them, which, by the way, I don't think there's any phasers that are right there, but whatever. I thought that was a hit, but it went through it because it cloaked, which, as you know, cloaking doesn't actually make you invulnerable. This is so well done. The story is pretty solid from a Trek writing standpoint. I'll put that. There are holes in it, but this is Trek. So beyond just having a little bit of fun with what we're watching, there's not a lot to add to it. I think this is really well done. You guys should check it out for sure. Yeah, I don't think they have rear phasers, but it's also those phasers are apparently coming out of the that's the impulse engines right there. As you know, impulse engines are well known for having phasers.
Try the shields again.
Okay. Shields.
Wait, so they were getting hit full force with no shield? That ship should be destroyed.
All rising.
Well, no, I guess the Constitution.
Damage report.
Damage to the forward phaser emitters and impulse engines. We're on thrusters only for the moment. Shelter.
The impulse engines are in the back. How did it do damage to the impulse? Okay. Well, I guess they hit them from the back, I suppose. At first, but then, I don't know.
But fluctuating.
They've taken damage too. They retreated into the thick of the asteroid field.
Round one.
Also, you have, let's see, what was the damages?
Thrusters only for the moment.
Okay. Shields are rising. Damage report.
Damage to the forward phaser emitters and impulse engines. We're on thrusters only for the moment. Shelter up, but fluctuating.
They've taken damage too. They retreated into the thick of the asteroid field.
Round one.
All right, so they have thrusters. Warp engines are still online. I think that this is probably the time that you need to retreat for a second to get your impulse engines on. You're not a sitting duck. And maybe that's what they do. I don't know. Let me see if I can find part 2. Let me know how you guys are liking this, if you're enjoying it. The impulse engines are damaged because they're using them as phasers. That's true. That's true. All right. Let me see if I can find the other ones real quick. Looks great for a fan production, especially exterior shots. Shame about the inconsistent uniforms, though. That just throws me. Yeah, well, I mean, let's be fair here. It's not exactly... Trek is known for being inconsistent as well. I mean, like, true Trek. I don't buy their damage. No rocks or explosions. Yeah, we don't see any explosions. We don't see any rocks on the floor. As you know, in the original series, literally they put rocks behind the bulkhead so that when they exploded, rocks went everywhere. That's just fact. This fight scene is similar to adverts you get for Star Trek Starfleet Command adverts. That is true. I could see that. All right, let's go to part 2. Part 2, as they say. Yeah, see, and that's the other thing. So someone says it's better than Star Trek Discovery. Let me say this. All of this is, horror, or it's dark, but Trek is dark. Star Trek is incredibly dark in a lot of instances. It's just the spirit behind it. All right. I don't know. When was this made? Let me check real quick. Just out of a morbid curiosity. It was made in 2019. That would explain the Chateau Picard and the differences in the uniforms. All right. Rule number 1 of Star Trek combat. The first shot always disables warp drive. Except in this instance, where it doesn't. So I'm assuming this is set in the Avalon Universe, which is supposed to be different. Again, they have
2 dead,
warp.
11 injured, 3 are currently in critical condition. The rest are stable, but sickbay is overflowing.
And my
discharge whoever you can to their quarters, and let's hope we don't have any more casualties. Beck, what can you tell me about this installation?
Well, according to the previous crew's logs, they found an abandoned outpost from an unknown alien civilization on this asteroid. The structures were intact, though the tech was mostly inoperable. The component they found was one of the few exceptions, but its purpose and function is still unknown.
So, the fact that it's now completely destroyed is definitely a recent development?
Alien technology could explain how they got past our shields.
But if the outpost is completely destroyed, then how did they use the alien tech?
It is logical to assume the technology was moved to a different location, or...
Well, and they know how to use it, I guess. Just because they destroyed the installation doesn't mean they didn't take something beforehand and know how to use it.
There's more than one outpost in this sector.
Of course, as you know, if you steal something from the U.S. military and then destroy the base in which you stole it from, you then can't use that technology.
The way those Klingons want that artifact, and they'll destroy us to get it.
They very nearly did. The only reason we're still alive is because the capabilities of our new system surprised them. Now that they know what we can do, I doubt a second face-off will end so well.
How long will it take to get out of this asteroid field on thrusters only?
9 hours.
As always, the beautiful Samantha Todaro helping out the channel. Thank you so much.
How long will it take to get out of this asteroid field on thrusters only?
9 hours.
So we need to fix the phasers first.
The bad news is that it's not a computer control malfunction. The actuation servos to the forward phaser emitters are physically jammed, and the new dorsal turrets aren't operational yet.
Too bad we can't spray some WD-40 on it.
Actually,
okay.
You could. All you would need is a hydro spinner, but you'd have to go out there. The problem is on the outside of the primary hull.
Brilliant. It's not like I haven't done an EVA mission before.
Going out there with an enemy ship in play is risky.
Without those phasers, we're all dead anyway. It's a risk I'm willing to take.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, you're the one in command, dude. Stop letting her push you. Are you guys like dating or something? Is that what this is? Are we watching a power dynamic between two people that are shagging, that one doesn't understand what boundaries is? This is why people don't date in Starfleet, or shouldn't. This right here. Jesus Christ. Can you just be the commander you're supposed to be? I mean, just try it out. Just see what happens.
But if we're gonna do this, we need to do it quick. Let's get to work. Archer. Be careful out there, Commander.
Yes, sir. I'm in position.
Lieutenant Rook, bring the ship to a full stop and use RCS thrusters to hold position as steady as possible.
Aye, sir.
So let me get this straight. She went out there and the ship was still moving, and it's only when she got in position in front that they stopped moving the vessel? Okay.
Archer, you have a go. Be careful. Try not to rush it.
I never do that.
Oh, I don't rush it, Captain, as you know.
The good news is that the damage is not as extensive as we initially thought. I should be able to get this cleared up pretty quickly.
Who could have imagined that it's
12 degrees starboard.
Archer, hang on.
They're firing. She's lost maglock.
Transporter room, beam a rack aboard. Transporter room, status!
We've lost her signal, Captain. There's nothing to lock onto.
And a Klingon ship.
They've disappeared again, sir.
Sir, we can't escape on just thrusters. If you don't get those phasers back up, they're gonna keep picking us apart.
Commander Beck?
Khan!
You
Khan!
have the bridge.
What? Sir, where are you going? Computer, what's the destination of Turbo Car 1?
The destination of Turbo Car 1 is the primary hull, starboard side, airlock.
The captain has forgotten who he is. Rook, you have the con.
So the two most senior officers with a ship that is basically defenseless, shields failing, both are leaving the bridge. And the third person is being left. I want everybody to think about that for a second. To think about how magnanimous and awesome this captain and XO are.
I gave you an order, Commander.
With all due respect, Captain, your orders are wrong. You're not thinking clearly, and I am not letting you go out there.
I think you're forgetting who's in command here.
No, sir. I think you are. You cannot let your personal feelings drive you to reckless behavior. One person's life is not worth the rest of this crew.
You think I have feelings for Archer?
No.
Yes, you clearly do. You let her run all the way over you. You let her command that ship. Absolutely, 100% yes, you do. If she says no and she says something else, she's wrong. It's probably not the first time she's wrong. You obviously have feelings for this person, and it's good she's gone. I'm sorry she had to die, but it is best for the ship. She is no longer on it.
I think you made her your personal responsibility because Mason had feelings for her.
It is my responsibility, and I failed. I failed them both. I'm not gonna fail anybody else.
Then get back.
And not just the men, the women and the children too.
Back on that bridge and do your job.
Why? So I can order more people to their death? 'Cause Mason and Archer weren't enough, so why not Jenkins or Hightower? Why not you?
You think you're the only person here who's lost someone? You think you get to fall apart because it hurts?
Okay, so he's wrong, and he obviously shouldn't be in command, and they don't have command training, apparently, in the Avalon universe, because you're going to have to command people to their deaths. I mean, it was, they do entire scenarios that prepare you for that. But this is the most idiotic counter I've ever seen. I lost people too. I have experienced loss. I mean, I didn't command them to their death. I didn't send them to their death. They're not dead directly because of me, but I've lost someone. It's the exact same thing. That's how it works. That's just science.
No. I know Mason was your friend too, but you weren't there. It should have been me.
He was my best friend. Especially after you were gone. Which means I know there's no way you could have talked him out of it.
Yeah,
And Archer wasn't my best friend. She was part of my team. And that matters. She made her own choices too.
Why did they have a pink... Why is there a pink lamp directly over her? It's not hitting him. It's only have the pink reflection here. What is the significance of that?
They're not even the only ones I've lost.
Man, the things you see after you go through and get an education.
Laws was... But I have a job to do. And so do you. Hell, Lance, I have his job, just like you've got Mason's.
So, what's the point? So, I'm sorry, guys, if I'm getting too in this. Let me know if this is just annoying you. But I'm trying to understand this room, too. Like, what were Starfleet engineers thinking? It's like, all right, guys, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to have the little red alert icon. That's fine. They always have that little red alert light. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have the main part of this airlock be in white, and we're just going to bathe it in white. And then this little slip right here where someone might sit, let's just put a huge fucking purple lamp there so that when they sit down there, it'll just drape them in purple. And then this hallway, instead of using like white lights, which would be much more effective and can be seen easier by most species, let's make it blue. Because I really think that's going to be cool. If we had like a third person that had a camera and was watching them, that'd be a really cool effect if we had it blue. Now, I know it's not really going to be the most efficient in case they get in trouble or are in a battle and they need to see more clearly. The blue is not going to be as easy to see things, but it'll look cool. It'll look really cool. By the way, remember that framing technique I told? You see how she's framed between the doors? Yeah, you'll notice that everywhere if you start looking for it.
And I know that's messed up. But it doesn't matter because we've got 500 people on this ship counting on us to figure it out.
What do you think I'm trying to do?
I think you're trying to run away out there instead of facing that bridge and leading your crew. Think about this, Lance. What happens to them if you go out there to finish what Jamie started and you die too?
Better me than one of you? I'm not sending anyone else out there.
I'm not asking you to send someone else. I'm asking you to think, Lance. This isn't some test where the only choices are who has to die.
Yes! Yes, it is. That's command. That's the point of Starfleet. That's the point of being a commanding officer. You choose who lives and who dies. You choose for people to die so that the most can live. That's the point out of so many episodes. In the original series, The Next Generation, even Deep Space Nine, and Voyager. I don't remember on Enterprise, probably. But yes. That's exactly what being commanded in the real world. Being a commander and a general is choosing who lives and who dies.
This crew has already lost one captain. They just lost another crewmate. The last thing any of them need is one more sacrifice.
So what do you want me to do? I can't lose another member of Mason's crew.
He should be removed.
His crew.
They even color code the ones who die first. That's awesome.
His ship.
Yeah, by the way, what the hell is Starfleet Admiralty thinking? That is a bad decision. It's like, hey, so at the M5 computer, that battle, we had a ton of crew die. Let's just keep the same crew on it, and let's promote the ones who survived. I'm sure that's not going to have a drastically negative impact on their psyche.
Maybe it might have been. Maybe they almost were. And maybe Mason.
She really does need to relieve him of command. He is not.
Maybe Mason would have been a great captain if he'd gotten a chance. But he's gone. He's gone, and they're yours now. So don't you dare dishonor him by trying to live his life instead of yours. Your ship needs you.
You know, again,
your crew needs you.
They're having this touching moment, and there's a bird of prey out there about to destroy them. They're defenseless.
I need you. But if you'd rather go out there and throw away your life out of some misguided guilt, then you're not the captain I hoped either of you would be.
Hey, Amanda.
Captain on the bridge.
Mr. Hightower. You'll be taking over duties as chief engineer until we can get back to Starbase 6.
Me, Captain?
You can do this.
Aye, sir.
What happened to the
Now,
actual chief?
Is there any way we can make it look like we've blown a plasma relay? Vent some drive plasma into space?
Yeah, that would actually be really easy. The new design has exhaust ports that allow you to vent plasma into space in case of emergency.
Excellent. Do it. On my mark, vent the plasma and cut main power.
Aye, Captain.
Mr. Rook, I need you to load a full spread of photon torpedoes, unarmed. This means you're gonna have to arm, lock, and fire in about 2 seconds time.
Apparently she has really good boots.
I love a good challenge, sir.
I know you do.
Beck, as soon as we power down, switch to passive scan sensors. And whenever you get a blip on the motion sensors, I need you to feed it to tactical for a...
I wonder what different... I know you guys don't care, but I wonder what different microphones they're using, because you can tell the audio changes like pretty stoutly.
faster weapons lock.
Aye, sir.
By the way, the beautiful Samantha likes...
Torpedoes loaded,
the XO's
but
boots.
inactive.
Ready.
Vent plasma. Now.
So the Constitution, the most advanced starship, the ships that sensors can literally find a pin, like a small little pin, in a stack of pins. Like they can get a specific pin if you dropped a stack of pins, and they can transport out a specific pin. Can't see behind an asteroid. I mean, I don't think they said sensors were out.
I have them astern. Transferring telemetry to tactical.
Tactical plot on viewer.
Powering their disruptors.
Had to be a lot of
Stand
money
by.
to go into this.
Closing to point blank range. They're firing.
Now. Fire.
Dim blue photon torpedoes.
Good shooting, Mr. Rook.
It's another day at the office, sir.
It was a good plan. Captain.
I'm sorry, Commander. I wanted you to hear it from me. I know you two were close.
Thank you, sir.
We've seen him before. He runs his own fan page. We've
believed in her.
He's a good guy.
I had hoped that she would move beyond her grandfather's name.
She was a valued member of the crew in her own right. Her bravery served us well.
That was Jamie, all right. Brave to a fault. She was always so confident that she could get herself out of any situation that she put herself into. That's what I admired about her.
We all did. She will be missed.
I also like wearing atheist shirts, sir. Don't know why I'm
She
in
will.
this red one.
Thank you, sir. Bernard out.
Can I help you, Doctor?
I wish to discuss Commander Archer, sir.
It's never easy to lose a member of the crew.
Especially when one possesses feelings of personal responsibility toward her.
What did Beck say to you?
I have not spoken with Commander Beck.
Then... how?
One need not experience...
How could anyone ever know that you had feelings for her? It was so subtle. They could never tell that there was anything between you. No one would have ever guessed. This Vulcan obviously used her telepathy against your will to figure out that you loved her. No one could have ever seen it.
Experience emotion to recognize certain patterns.
That's true. There's more purple light. Yeah, we'll look at that in a second.
Captain Mason was in love with her. Gave his life to save her during that shuttle crash. Trusted me to keep her safe. And I failed.
There is no regulation barring such a relationship, yet he never chose to disclose these feelings.
There should be.
Command comes with a certain degree of discretion. You can't allow your emotions to keep you from making the right decisions. So, regardless of my own feelings, or even Mason's, I had to give the order that led to her death.
Human emotion is like nature. It cannot be ignored or dismissed. To deny this is illogical.
Okay.
And while one must remain objective in the moment, you must work through your feelings, or they will overwhelm your ability to function effectively.
Easier said than done, I'm afraid.
I am at your disposal should you require further assistance, Captain.
Are you saying you're here to offer me emotional support?
Indeed.
Also, physical support. I understand that sometimes you need to get your emotions out physically, sir. Then she starts taking off her there.
Just keep thinking about them dying.
She's Zadvash, yeah. This is obviously
alone.
a member of the Zadvash.
If there is one thing I have learned about Starfleet crews, it is that they are never alone. And
This
you,
is
Captain, are not alone.
That's unfair. Okay, I think this is a lot better than Discovery ever will be. Just so we're on the same page. Picard I like. Well, I'm meh about it, but this is better than Discovery. Bow chicka bow wow. And then they made Sweet Sweet Lovin'. Let's look at that thing first. Do you have an establishing shot? There it is. See, you always have an establishing shot, good people. It tells you where they are. Hold on. All right, so we're Starfleet engineers, and we're like, all right, so this is going to be the center where everyone talks. The commander's going to be here. All major decisions will probably be made in this room. Let's randomly have another purple light, and let's have it run down the wall, versus actually putting it like center or right next to it for the most light. Let's have it run completely down the wall. And let's just have blue carpeting because I think that would look cool. Then we'll have basically all white light that goes straight down, really hard light that will illuminate illuminate everyone, but it really won't look all that good. And maybe we'll have some splash from the purple light. Oh, and then right behind him, let's go ahead and have like really hard light against the wall, but let's make the wall cyan. Just really like dark or light cyan. And I think that'll be good. That'll be good. I think that'll make it really interesting. Oh, yeah. I like this too. I mean, again, there's really not a ton to completely break down, especially given that the story has a few plot holes here and there. The acting is probably a little bit of the weakest part of it, but it's solid. I really think this is something you could see in the original series. I do. The desk is pretty high too. It's like, let's make the desk really high. Yeah, I mean, it's a solid episode. I don't hate it necessarily. Let's see. We'll do one more and then maybe call it a day. Whoa. Oh. For a second, the lore breakdown, Avalon, it actually pulled up for me. So I looked over and I saw Avalon Universe. I thought they were premiering something. I was like, oh, well, that's good. These people only have 8.23 thousand. That's sad. Why don't you go share this channel? Go subscribe to this channel and share it. These people are critically under subscribed. Let's see. I don't know if they have anything else. Ghost Ship. Is that what we watched? Demons. Is Ghost Ship here? Custom D7. Congratulations. Maybe they just changed it because it's Demons now. They had Ghost Ship, but I guess that's not where it was. Unless that's what it is. Ghost Ship, a Star Trek fan production, segment 1. Oh, this is a new one. You guys want to watch the other one? All right, let's see. 57 people watching. 1 to watch another one. 2, we may talk about something else. Or 3, we'll just call it a day. What do you guys want? You want to watch Ghost Ship, see how well that one was done? Or shall we just call it a night? I do like one thing, how the Doctor has a white overcoat to kind of make them stand out from other blue shirts. It would have been cool if it was a blue. I really liked Beverly's blue shirt, a blue coat, but I think that'd probably be hard. As a Star Trek fan, I'm having a complete break. I like this. I don't know what you're talking about, Red Letter. I think you're crazy. Crazy. Unless you're trying to make fun of Red Letter Media. Then I get it. We got 1-1 and 1-2. You guys don't want to watch this? That's sad. That's a sad development. Give it a couple more seconds and then I'll get to decide. Let's do it. By the way, news update on everyone's most hated fake internet boy. Oh, I don't have a care. I don't ever want to talk to him ever again. Can't they only have 2 episodes under CBS rules? In theory, they can only have 2 episodes under 15 minutes. And catch this. Catch what I love about this. CBS fan film rules. You cannot have sex. You cannot have drugs. You cannot have smoking. CBS fan film rules. Oh, maybe this ties back. Maybe the 2 tie together. We should have watched this one first. Oh, well. Look at this as the prequel. Gotta love that tubing. Like garden hoses, installation tubing is always important too. Air conditioning tubing, whatever the hell you call it. That fire, though. It's really good makeup.
Joseph.
Commodore Austin to you, Commander. Please have a seat.
So there's a turbo lift.
Joseph.
That leads immediately to a conference room.
Commodore Austin to you, Commander.
Okay.
Please have a seat.
I always knew it was just a matter of time before you were flag officer. I guess all that relentless dedication to the Academy finally paid off.
Well, what can I say? I was a man on a mission to always be the best.
So what are you doing on this pile of crap?
Well, I'm the commanding officer for this sector.
Why am I just now finding out about this?
Well, you're the operations officer for this station. You know what happened last week.
Yeah, but was it that serious?
Over 500 people were killed last week when the M5 computer malfunctioned during that war game. Commodore...
What the hell do you think of? Ah! Sir, the M5 it went crazy and started attacking ships. And then he's like, probably worked out. Probably is fine. Yeah. I mean, just one Constitution ship started attacking others. Yeah, it's why I'm not gonna look into that. That's just not something we look into.
Enright and Wesley have been recalled to Sector 001 to give a report directly to a board of inquiry at Starfleet Command. So, here I am.
Yeah, that's pretty serious. Okay, I'll make the command transition as easy as I can.
That's pretty serious. 500 people dead. I agree. That's a pretty serious thing. I may even have emotion at some point over it.
And sir?
Unfortunately, Commander, you're going to be needed elsewhere.
Sir?
One of our ships was disabled and wrecked during the incident. The USS Excalibur suffered major damage and its entire crew was lost due to multiple hull breaches and a failure of the life support system. Now, the ship is salvageable, but it will take several months in space dock to restore it. Now, we would have tractored the ship back in, however, its antimatter containment field is fluctuating, and towing it in with a tractor beam could result in a warp core breach. Your mission is...
So here's the interesting piece. I mean, it doesn't matter, it's just me noticing it. So you notice how this is faced out, and he's talking to him, and then we change, and all of a sudden it's facing at him. Because,
Your mission is to take a small away team aboard and stabilize her so that the ship
now it's facing out again
can be salvaged.
Unless dude is at an angle. So if the guy he's talking to is at an angle, so he's like facing us, that would mean that this commander is like looking at the wall behind him and not at him. So he faces it at him and then just doesn't look at him and talks forward. Maybe the dude's blind and they just never tell him. It's like they don't want him to feel bad.
And the crew.
Look, when I make mine, people are going to eviscerate it. I can never do anything this good. So it's okay. Trust me, once my fan fiction comes out, oh my God, it's going to be so bad.
Laid to rest.
A small away team. To salvage an entire starship.
Like I said earlier, over 500 people died last week. So Starfleet Command wants to keep the potential for further loss of life at a minimum. Your orders are to select an away team of 3, including an engineer who can stabilize the situation and bring the ship back under impulse power. Can you do that, Commander?
Aye, sir.
I know you can do this. The Lexington will drop your shuttle off at the edge of the system on its way out.
Okay, so he obviously wasn't... Okay.
I don't have to tell you. There's a reason Starfleet Command picked you for this mission. So we're going to be watching your performance very carefully. Dismissed.
This seems like a very important thing. Why are we playing games? Why don't we just send the best person for the job, not because there's like some
yes, sir.
wacky background? And then he laughs. 500 people are dead, and this ship needs to come back, but we don't have any good way of coming back. It's good quality, by the way. It's just funny. Their reactions are funny to me.
Wow. This mission isn't dangerous.
Hey, we're Starfleet. Risk is our business, remember?
All too well. If the telemetry from the Lexington is to be believed, I'm not sure how the Excalibur core hasn't already breached.
Hey, this is no time for optimism. I'm about to shuttle out to a dead ship with no support from Starfleet. I have to be prepared for the worst.
I'm sure it's just faulty sensor data. You'll be able to take better sensor readings once you're out there.
Seriously, I am gonna need a top-notch engineer if I'm gonna have any hope of making this work.
Okay, so let me get this straight. There's a Constitution-class starship out there, all by itself. This has the most advanced Federation and Starfleet technology on it. In the 23rd century, again, the Constitution was the most advanced ship. And they're just leaving it out there. So, you know, Klingons probably aren't going to want to look at our own technology. It'd be fine.
I wish I could help, but I'm 75 light years away on a top-secret mission of our own.
Which I'm telling you over subspace.
But I think I know someone that can help.
Why is it that every time you get yourself into trouble, I'm the first person you call? It's not like Starbase 6 has a personnel roster of 1,200 people.
Yeah, but you're smarter than 1,198 of them. That other guy's just weird.
So once again, you need me to solve your problems for you.
Hey, what would I be without you?
Well, you'd be a lot less cool. You'd have no idea how to talk to women. And, well, you'd probably be dead.
Exactly.
Commander Derek Mason, Lieutenant Jamie Archer.
You're the engineer? I mean, it's a pleasure, Lieutenant.
I'm sure it is.
So,
I don't like
Starfleet
her.
royalty, huh?
I don't like that character. Not the actor. I just don't like anything about... I don't like her.
My great-grandfather runs in the family.
Right. Lieutenant Amanda Beck, science officer.
So, we're just gonna board a dead ship in miniskirts and go-go boots then?
You can put pants on for the away mission, Lieutenant. But if you want to do an EVA in go-go boots, feel free.
Funny.
EVA?
We all have to do it.
The ship's completely without power. We can't access the hangar deck, so we'll have to go in through the starboard hatch.
Bridge to Commander Mason.
Go ahead, sir.
We've reached the drop point. Prepare to depart.
All right, Captain. It's now or never.
You know, I take it back. You still have no idea how to talk to women.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I love the Avalon. I like that.
So what's on your mind, Beck?
I love Starfleet standards, man. Oh, so I'm just going to look sexy as hell right behind here. You know, I'm an engineer, and I was definitely hired for my acumen, shall we say. Well known. So I'm just going to sit back here like a sexy model versus doing engineering stuff. They really hit the toss thing. All right, also, just looking from a Starfleet engineer standpoint, it's like, all right, guys, so what are we going to do? We have a shuttle that we're going to, you know, just have people here in this shuttle so that they can travel back and forth. It's possible that they could get into some issues or have problems with, like, atmosphere. So let's have a chair. Let's not bolt it to the ground or anything or have seatbelts or anything. Let's just put a chair randomly here. And then let's have like 700 purple lights, but let's have them like at an angle. And then any white light, let's put some kind of duct over it. Let's have a lot of shadow. Because if one thing we're going to do when they're in the shuttle, they're not going to need to see around really. So just like a ton of shadow. Let's do that. That seems like a great idea.
I had a friend on the Excalibur.
A friend?
An ex-boyfriend. You know.
Oh, and yeah, let's do this. So when they're sitting at the console right here, let's make it dark as hell and make I guess the console themselves is pretty dark too. Let's make it so it's really hard to see what they're controlling.
It was fine when we were stationed on the same ship, but...
And blue.
Just didn't work out once we were assigned to different quadrants.
The standard subspace relationship? I've done it myself a few times.
Mason has a saw beat, though. He did a subspace marriage.
Really? Dead?
Yeah, at some point we all have to admit that we're married to our careers.
I see.
Anyway, just because it didn't work out doesn't mean I stopped caring. I just...
Afraid you'll have to see his dead body?
Ah!
Something like that.
They have excellent command officers. Can I just say, man, you're afraid you have to see your dead whatever she was just talking about.
Okay, let's see if we can get more accurate sensor readings.
Scanning now.
There's no way this data is accurate.
I think they need more purple lights. Looks like Mom's home on Halloween. Indeed. Indeed.
It's showing here that the matter-antimatter reaction is still active.
I'm not reading an active subspace field or EPS power anywhere on the ship.
The forward power coupling is down. That's why the life support systems are disabled.
If the reaction isn't powering the warp coils, then where's it going?
According to this, nowhere.
So the core should breach.
Not only that, but the antimatter containment levels are lower than when the Lexington first scanned them. This ship should have exploded days ago.
Thanks for the support, by the way. I really appreciate that.
Well, now we get to board her and find out why she hasn't.
I have a thought on that, actually. We don't all have to go.
P for pink light.
What do you propose?
Well, one of us could board the ship, reboot the transporter system, and beam the other two back over.
Okay, I'll go.
No, let me. I'll have to bypass the forward power coupling, reroute auxiliary to the life support and transporter systems, and then beam you two over. Is that something you can do?
No. Proceed, Lieutenant.
Oh my God! How? She has to be in it, and she has to be a part of Starfleet because of her connection to Archer. I would agree. I would agree. Or royalty, or whatever the hell her backstory.
Aye, sir.
Oh man.
I'm approaching the starboard hatch.
I mean, I don't hate the one person going. That kind of makes sense, especially if she's the engineer, but...
Archer to Commander Mason.
Damn it all.
Go ahead.
I've got it. Minimal life support is restored, and I can beam you aboard.
Good work.
Because they don't have scanners or anything to be looking out for or anything. Just, you know, let's play some ping
I have a lock.
pong, whatever.
Stand by for transport.
No, I think this is where they found the Power Ranger thing. The Mighty
Archer,
Morphin Power Ranger.
concentrate on the core. Back. Scan as much of the ship as possible. Find out as much as you can about the current situation.
Life support is at a minimum. I was only able to seal the hull breaches in the drive section with force fields, so we don't have bridge access.
Okay. I'll try to reboot the command pathways to the Duotronic data network from auxiliary control.
So yeah, I guess we should have watched this one first, guys. I apologize about that. I love how there's still smoke coming. Because apparently that's not an issue. How long has it been? This is the ship she boarded before. This isn't the ship they were on in the other one. They should outfit their ships with Phillips Hughes. They should. So we're actually seeing where she gets all of this from. Yeah, I guess that's her, like, lover. By the way, yeah, if it's been like 2 weeks or so from the M5, that body is immaculate.
Jay, I'm so sorry.
Tryers are not.
Yellow.
Mason, I'm getting some very strange...
Just another day in the neighborhood. We are on a graveyard. We are on a ship where 500 Starfleet officers who didn't know it was going to be their last day are killed. What's up, my partner? What's going on? Because that is fantastic. That is exactly how you're supposed to act. Right there. That is not in any way psychopathic, nor is it disrespectful to the 500 people that you are currently, their graveyard you're currently walking on. Be a bit whiffy in there.
Yellow.
Mason, I'm getting some very strange readings off the crew members' bodies.
Strange, like what kind of strange?
They all have this bizarre electromagnetic signature like I've never seen before.
Zombies.
It's almost as though every single body were plugged directly into a power source.
Well, at least it's nothing that can hurt them, right? They're dead.
They're dead. Nothing can hurt them. They all died horrible deaths. They had families and loved ones, and they were destroyed by one of their own ships not knowing. The last thing they knew is the Enterprise had turned treasonous and was killing them all. Oh, God, I love this.
Thing that can hurt them, right? They're dead.
He even chuckles. That is so disrespectful. What was he looking at just then? Maybe the body was gone. That's why he's like, holy hell. Of course, then you have the most silent, the stealthiest of ninjas. Have you ever noticed that on horror shows? Like if someone's going to come up and attack one of the protagonists or whatever, they're like the silent, most secretive person ever. Like, look, you don't even see it. One of the most secretive zombies that ever existed. Until he attacks, and then he's loud as hell. Did she look annoyed just then? What is up with this crew, man? Oh God, my captain's getting attacked again. What? So zombies feel pain? I guess these do. Because he hit him and he accepted the pain. Apparently it doesn't do anything. I like that effect. Ow.
What?
Don't scratch me.
The hell was that?
Archer to Commander Mason.
Yeah, I'm still here. I think.
I need you in engineering, sir. Right away.
On my way.
They have to be doing this as a comedy.
What's going on?
There's no way.
Report.
I would if I could, sir.
Okay, I don't even have any idea what we're looking at right there. I mean, it's well done. The actors are fine. The reactions, I don't know. It doesn't seem the reactions don't seem to fit the genre that they're going for, or the mood, I guess, maybe. Genre is not a good word. The mood that they're going for, because I mean, is this supposed to be comedic? Is it supposed to be another day at the office, or 400 people, 500 people dead? I don't feel like they're reacting to it appropriately necessarily, which makes it funny, I guess. Zombie lives matter. That's exactly what it is. Oh yeah, that's another good point you point out. Philippines. Oh, by the way, team, the zombies are coming alive. Yeah, that's never mentioned at any point. He doesn't say, hey, I'm getting... And she never questions it. I mean, he deals with it, and she's just like, oh, I guess I'm not going to ask you or question that part. We're not going to discuss that, because that's not how we roll. All right, we're going to do the other one, and then I think we'll call it for today. Well...
I'm gonna guess it's not supposed to do that.
To be honest, I have no idea. I've never seen this before. It looks like the plasma reaction's just floating on the articulation frame.
Yes, Beck. Science the science.
Well, it...
Is this... Okay. Here's my problem with this this one. I don't think that was a huge issue before, but here's my concern, is that are they trying to make it comedic? Is this supposed to be like a parody comedy type thing? Or is it supposed to be like a serious Star Trek episode? Because while they did have comedy here and there, they never really went a comedic overall route. Yeah, it has an eerie Indiana feel, I think. It's confusing. What mood are they trying to set? The dialogue and the setting are just drastically different. It doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't read as drive plasma. There are different layers and concentrations. It looks as though the energy is being siphoned off the core and converted into some other form of energy. It has a signature I've never seen before.
It's best
converted how?
Well, I can't say. It's not constant.
So, I actually really like the music choices that they're putting here. I don't know that they fit well, but I don't know.
It's happening in pulses. Almost like the energy is breathing.
And that's another thing. I'm sorry, guys, to go into it, but the music is supposed to be seamless and a part and like uplift the scene, not like grab your attention. It's just the music choices they do are so well. I don't feel like they fit. That could just be me. If you like the music choices and you think I'm wrong, that's fine. You can let me know.
Almost like the energy is breathing.
Or feeding.
That's it. Derek, I think this is a life form.
An energy-based life form.
It makes sense. Other starships have encountered life forms not just based on other elements, but also energy.
I love his reaction. The entire charter of Starfleet is to explore new life forms and new civilizations. And so they come upon a new life form. He's like, yeah, whatever. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look, I just fought a zombie lady. I'm not going to tell you about it.
Like on Organia.
Life finds a way, I guess.
Life finds
a
a
way. Even in the most
way.
hostile conditions.
Well, we can't get the ship moving with this thing sucking energy right from the core. Is there a gentle way we could, like, coax it off the ship?
Jurassic Park. Life finds a way.
We could shut down the plasma reaction. It might lose interest.
We could vent the drive plasma through the warp nacelles. It might just follow the energy out.
It would fry the coils. But it might work.
Okay, give it a try.
That was a great point you brought up. She's walking past dead people. Dude knows that zombies exist, but he's not going to alert her or bring out his weapon or anything. Because that, we'll be fine.
I think this thing is what's keeping the antimatter containment field stable. If we shut down the reaction, we'll have to eject the antimatter containment pods as well.
Warning, antimatter containment field's failing. Containment strength at 8%. Initiating emergency warp reactor core shutdown.
Oh no! One of them is coming alive! One of the zombies! Who could have ever thought this, or perhaps warned them of this, of this thing that might happen? Let's say equivocation. How? Hold on. Sorry, I just shot point blank right next to you with this thing set on kill. I hope that doesn't worry you.
What was that?
Yeah, I forgot to tell you, I got attacked by one of those things down in auxiliary control, too.
I love this. I actually talked to the creator and got permission to play his videos before I came to you guys. I love this. This has to be done on purpose. There's no way.
You forgot.
Well, we've kind of been busy.
Commanders in Starfleet are so this, remember the commander beforehand, and now we got this guy. We got Captain, I can't send someone to their own death, someone will have a mental breakdown, and now we got comedic relief.
The control interface is burnt out.
Obviously, this life form can manipulate organic matter as well.
But not us.
No, we're alive. Our bodies generate our own electromagnetic field.
I guess. We need to get to engineering level 3.
Why are you guys just walking over that dead body that can suddenly turn in and be attacked? Okay. Okay. Whatever. Screw it. All good.
There were a lot of them out there.
Well, if we can't shut down the reaction, how are we supposed to stop this thing?
I may be able to manually eject the core from level 3.
What if only they had like another vessel that had some type of technology that could take you from one place to another, that could like get you there, like move you there, transport from one area to another, let's say.
They've cut us off from the armory on this level.
We'll just have to conserve phaser power.
All right, set them to 6.
That may not be enough.
Well, we'll just have to own the situation.
300, so there's 3 of them just happen to be there? Just, okay. Here, hold my stick while I get up there. I mean, this is horrible, but just vaporize the bodies that you come upon. If it's you or them, I'm sure you're going to be fine vaporizing bodies. Space Hooper, as I call it. Yeah, Space Hooper.
Hey, look at this. Each pulse the HT absorbs off the core is consistent.
25 megawatts. Almost like it can only absorb 25 megawatts at a time?
Exactly.
I have an idea, but we need to get to the Jeffries tube.
So they're about to take on... Oh, we got time for the sexy walk. Because, you know, when you're about to fight zombies, you got time for that sexy walk.
And I thought you were the one that said a mini skirt and go-go boots were a bad idea.
Guess I'll just have to own the situation.
Love how he reacts before he gets hit. See him fall back before he gets hit.
Will kicking a zombie seems like a great way for a girl to get a run in her space tights.
Just use the higher setting. Vaporize. Okay.
Cover me.
Remember the rules. Always do the double tap. Beaten to death by Subway wrap subs.
Running Starbase operations never really prepared us for this.
You know, there was a time when this sort of thing is why I joined Starfleet. I don't know what happened.
You joined Starfleet to be hunted by the undead.
No, action, adventure. You know, isn't that what Starfleet's about?
No!
I guess I just got comfortable running a starbase.
No, Starfleet is about finding new civilizations. No, somebody lied to you, buddy. Somebody lied to you.
Yeah, well, save the monologue. You're about to have more action and adventure than you know what to do with.
I think the second episode was a serious one, so we expected this to be serious, which is what we're coming off of. Had we watched this one before, I doubt we'd have as much issue. It's obviously meant to be joke. You're right, I agree.
It's not going to work. There are too many of them.
All right, go to full power.
Should have had full power the entire time. Should have been vaporizing the living hell out of them.
Cool off.
Consider that a divorce.
Don't.
I love this so much.
Disturb my friend. He's dead tired.
See you at the party, Richter.
What the hell are you guys doing? What does it sound like? We're trying to find the humor in our own impending deaths. Jay. Forgive me. I'm out!
It's just like at the party, Jay.
Oh, come on! Oh! Ugh.
Warning. Reactor core ejection sequence is active.
It's like that night at Starfleet Academy before you drugged me, Jay. Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, God, you were always such a sloppy kisser.
Get to the shuttle!
Get to the shuttle. That was a very small warp core.
Ugh.
That all worked out. That's a horrible design, by the way, right there. That's original Trek, but...
Yuck.
Everybody okay?
What happened?
Oh, I overloaded and detonated the reactor core after I ejected it.
The blast must have overwhelmed the entity.
They're going for a thing.
No puppets without a puppet master.
Yeah, that's the easy part. Now I gotta figure out how to get the ship back to Starbase 6 without a reactor core or a DDN.
Oh man, that sound. They added a sound there for her to swallow. Listen again. You won't unhear it. You hear that? Do you think people naturally when they swallow their spit they do it that loud?
A reactor.
Listen to that. Let's do that one more time just so you guys can hear how good that
The
is.
ship back to Starbase 6 without a reactor core
delicious.
or a DDN.
Well, and then there's figuring out what to do with 400 dead bodies.
It's only Tuesday.
Personal log.
Still a
Stardate
secret. This is a fever
4140.8. A mission that started as a simple salvage operation turned into the type of first contact situation that is every Starfleet officer's nightmare. An energy-based life form had taken control of the ship and turned the dead bodies of its former crew against us.
That's a good question. Why was the girl in red and out of breath? That made no sense.
We managed to neutralize the entity, but Lieutenant Beck's tricorder readings should be studied closely just in case Starfleet ever encounters this life form again.
It is ADR swallowing. It is.
Lieutenant Archer has stabilized impulse power, and we are slowly on our way back. A once dead ship, now a ghost of its former self, is hopefully on course to rise as a phoenix from the ashes. Who can say what destiny still awaits the USS Excalibur?
Okay.
A mighty sword, broken in battle.
Zombies.
Yes, sir. Space zombies.
Well, if it helps, I didn't know there would be space zombies.
I don't think anybody could have predicted that, sir.
Well, regardless of the horrors that you encountered, you accomplished the mission. You brought Excalibur and her crew home. And overcoming odds like that isn't something that goes unnoticed.
Thank you, sir. What happens to the Excalibur now?
Considering the amount of damage she sustained, she's going to be in space dock for several months. But it's the perfect opportunity to make her the test subject for a brand new set of emerging starship technologies. Poetic, considering it was a test of one such technology that wrecked her in the first place. Nobody wants to admit it, but the Constitution-class heavy cruiser is in need of a major redesign. Using Excalibur as a pathfinder will give us a chance to test many of those new components before the design is finalized. New phasers, sensors.
You can tell, oh man, you can tell they don't know what's being said to him. Like, he has no idea. They're just like, hey, we're going to sit here and talk to you, but he has no idea. That's why his reactions are a little off.
Many of those new components before the design is finalized. New phasers, sensors, deflector systems, a new crew, and a new captain.
Sir?
Well, once Excalibur is reforged, she's going to need someone to wield it, Captain Derek Arthur Mason.
Oh, you went there.
I did.
Thank you, sir. Well, I'm gonna need one hell of a first officer.
And here we go again.
You know, she's the one that actually solves all the problems around here.
Well, then why don't I make her the captain?
Oh, no, thank you, sir. But we'll need someone to blame when everything goes wrong. And, well, I vote for it to be him.
I see. Well, I guess it's decided then.
Wasn't it a different captain?
Congratulations, Captain Mason.
That's not the same captain, is it? Okay, I guess we have a joke at the expense of him acting feminine. I guess. Oh, I like that transition. That was really well done. Look at that. Hey, new ship! Modern ship and not giving a ship a captain with experience sounds like a good idea.
Chief engineer status.
Does sound like Starfleet.
Functioning. Matter-antimatter reaction in the new chamber is stable. We're ready for warp speed.
All systems ready, Captain. All decks reporting green.
Okay then. Helm, speed warp 6. Engage.
So I'm guessing part 2 was a retcon. Had to have been a retcon. Because this doesn't fit at all with the other one. So I guess it had to have been a retcon. But we're used to retcons anyway. Because it's not Trek if they're not retconning it, my good people. Okay. So that was us having some fun, watching some fanfics. I think we'll do that along with the regular videos that I do. Along with the regular live streams where we just talk about whatever we want to talk about. But yeah. WTF am I watching? This is a Picard flashback. It is. It is. That'd be great. All right, helmsman. Let's take the new ship. More zombies. Son of a bitch. That would have been awesome. These guys should revisit Mud's Women. It would be. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be doing more things like this in the near future. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm glad I was able to make your day a little bit more. Again, thank you so much. We'll be doing that beauty thing very shortly now because that I think it's fully funded at this point. I hate you, Yosef. I hate you with everything. You and JJ MFDL. Thanks so much. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, guys. I'm going to see you on the next Lore Reloaded.